Now here's some more on Dr. Timothy Leary. In 1983, former Harvard University psychology lecturer Dr. Timothy Leary claimed that in the spring of 1962, Pinchot MEYER, who according to her biographer Nina Burleigh wore manners and charm like a second skin, told Leary that she was taking part in a plan to avert worldwide nuclear war by convincing powerful male members of the Washington establishment to take mind-altering drugs which would presumably lead them to conclude that the Cold War was meaningless. According to Dr. Leary, MEYER had sought him out for the purpose of learning how to conduct LSD sessions with these powerful men, including, she strongly implied, President John F. Kennedy, who was then her lover. Leary alleged that Pinchot MEYER told him that she had shared in this plan with at least 7 other Washington socialist friends who had similar political views and were trying to supply LSD to a small circle of high-ranking government officials. Leary also claimed that Pinchot MEYER had asked him for help while in the state of fear for her own life after the assassination of President Kennedy. In his biography, Flashbacks from 1983, Leary claimed that he had a call from Pinchot MEYER soon after the Kennedy assassination, in which she had sobbed and said they couldn't control him anymore. He was changing too fast. They covered everything up. I gotta come see you. I'm afraid. Be careful. Burleigh does not draw any conclusions as to whether MEYER participated in LSD sessions with the President Kennedy and or other powerful figures, but also does not dismiss Leary's claims out of hand. Remember, Dr. Timothy Leary had nothing to hide. He was openly saying that he was taking LSD, and I don't think this guy had any type of inclination to lie. So Burleigh confirms Pinchot MEYER's own use of LSD, her involvement with Leary during his tenure at Harvard, and that his involvement occurred at the same time as Pinchot MEYER's intimate association with President Kennedy. Burleigh also states that the timing of Pinchot MEYER's visit to Leary coincided with the dates of MEYER's known private meetings with Kennedy. Burleigh writes, Mary's visit to Timothy Leary during the time she was also Kennedy's lover suggests that Kennedy knew more about hallucinogenic drugs than the CIA might have been telling him. No one had ever confirmed that Kennedy tried LSD with Mary, but the timing of her visits to Timothy Leary do coincide with her known private meetings with the president. Citing interviews with the late author Leo D'Amour, Peter Janney asserts in his book Mary's Mosaic that Kennedy and MEYER did have a mild psychedelic experience together, probably LSD or psilocybin, that's mushrooms. In May 1963, at the Georgetown home of journalist Joseph Alsop, according to Janney, MEYER's friend, journalist Anne Chamberlain, confided to D'Amour that this event did actually take place. Chamberlain was also allegedly part of MEYER's LSD group in Washington, D.C. Now, this also needs to be added. LSD was then legal in the United States, and its use to facilitate artistic endeavors was common for some of the Pinchot MEYER social circles. So that just means that these rich elite people were taking LSD and experimenting with drugs just like all the hippies and kids were. And people in Hollywood were actually using LSD and drugs. This has been another California Pick Productions. Son of a...